3.0. So probably, so sorry for that. Okay. So today's topic is Web 3.0, an overview. So probably one of the most hottest topics in IT industry right now. Some people do believe that it's a revolution as well. So in this particular seminar or webinar, we are going to we will cover the overview of it. We are not going too deep, and we're not going to dive deep in Web 3.0 and try to understand what it is. But I want to get the expectations clear that there will be this particular webinar will be helpful for total beginners. So those who don't know anything about Web 3.0, or they want to shift their career from their any other field to IT industry, and especially and Web 3.0, blockchain, metaverse. If you're planning for those things, I think this particular webinar will be helpful for you. So so we will be understanding about how web has evolved. What was previous first version of web? How was that, and how did it evolve? And right now we are Web 3.0, and how it happened. What are the differentiating factors? And we'll try to understand a little bit about what actually is Web 3.0. What are the different layers? And we will try to have some of the examples of Web 3.0 already who are using it. So we will be covering all those things, and how blockchain, digital marketing, and metaverse and all will work along with Web 3.0. This will be covered in this particular webinar. And meanwhile, there and then, if any requirements are there, we will discuss about career opportunities in that particular field as well. So yeah, so Web 3.0. See, internet is not that much older. It's almost 30, 32, 35 years old. As you can see here, 1989. So to 2005 was the era of Web 3, web. First, people came to know about websites at that particular time. So see, what happened was earlier days, promoting one's business, promoting oneself was through advertisements, newspapers, pamphlets. Those things were in the mind, and that was the only way to advertise and to promote and to make their presence in the market. There were newspapers, there were magazines, there were pamphlets, all type of marketing materials were there. So then now, when digitalization came, when web first they launched, so almost if you just see the early days websites and all, they almost replicate something like something like a graphic design pamphlet and all. So those things were replicated. The whole idea was, if we are doing it on a paper, all we have got to do is we have to shift the same thing on the digital platform. And thus a new era came and started till 2005. Almost, if you see websites and all, almost they were similar. And even I remember we were using Orkut at that particular time. So I hope if anybody remembers Orkut, our present generation don't even remember what is Orkut. Before Facebook, Google had a product which was named as Orkut. It was a social media platform. So that was also a similar type of style. And then they revised it. So it had both versions of Web 1.0 as well as Web 2.0. So Web 1.0, basically they had all pages were static. Means there was a person cannot communicate with the system. All I got to do is it was as good as a pamphlet, but it was just on a digital platform. Okay, so I cannot do anything. I cannot communicate with it. I cannot, as we do with a lot of social media platforms and all. A lot of websites also. That is a major difference between the website and web application. I hope many of you do know the difference between what is a website as well as what is a web application. So website is basically one which is very static. So you cannot do any interaction with that. You cannot And, all it is as good as it's a graphic design template. But later on, when the advancements occurred, people felt that just static thing is not necessary. Not necessary, not sufficient. So, so what we started is we tried to interact with the computer. So thus came the era of Web 2.0. So here in Web 1.0, one thing was basically all the pages were static. Content is served from the server file system. Pages were built on a common gateway interface, which we call as CGI and all. Frames and tables are used to position and align. Only basically, you just understand that if the websites were made with only the help of HTML and CSS. CSS was also not that much evolved. We mostly with the help of HTML, pages were designed and all. So next came the era of the second thing, Web 2.0, a step forward. This best example I found was Orkut, where we started interacting with the system. We created, we were able to create accounts. We were able to send messages. Hotmail came into picture. YouTube came into picture. And all everything, till 2012, since 1999 to 2012, this is era. I say it as a step forward. So a step forward was taken, and we started to try interact with the systems. These things started happening. Okay, so basically Web 2.0 was called as participative web, social web, and most concentration was done on front end development. As you can see, the Facebook or LinkedIn, any other platforms, major concentration was done on front end. And you say, I hope you know that from 1999 to 2005 and all, lot of advancement, a lot of frameworks came into picture. JavaScript frameworks came into picture. React came into picture. Angular came into picture. Flutter. Most of the things happened on advancement happened with the front end. Also, there were when Web 1.0, there was no concept of fetching the APIs from the backend and all. A backend ecosystem also came into existence in the era of Web 2.0. And we can say that Web 2.0 is just an enhanced version of Web 1.0, but better giving the hold to the users. So users started feeling that now the control is not in the website, but control is on our side. Though whether the control was there or not, that is a different thing to be argued. But people felt that we do have a control over the digital platforms what we are using. We are able to send birthday wishes, invites. We are able to chat with our friends. So all those things came into picture. So there were 5 major features at Web 2.0. First was free sorting of information, which permits the users to retrieve and classify the information collectively. And then responsiveness. Earlier days, I do remember using the mobile phones, which had internet at that particular times. But if I want to browse a website in desktop, that was quite fine. But the same desktop was, if I open it in mobile, the same desktop used to open. And if I want to view the content, I have to scroll right and left and top and down, all those things. It was really hectic. And then in Web 2.0, it came the era of responsiveness. So now, many of the if any developer is over here, he can tell you correctly that whenever we start designing in our company, what we do is we start with mobile first approach. So what do we do? We first design for mobile, then we go for desktop and tablets. So a customer or a consumer or a user will be compatible while using in mobile. Data will not get distorted. He will know the flow will be perfectly fine. Experience and overall experience, user experience will be improved in responsiveness. So those things came into picture in Web 2.0. API, concept of APIs were not there. Backend architecture was not there. And in Web 2.0, it was a major feature that backend architecture was made. Front end used to fetch data from the backend, and these things started happening. These are few major features of Web 2.0. Information used to start flow between the site owner and site user by means of evaluation and online commenting. And then web access leads to concern difference from the traditional internet user based to a wider variety of users. So that's what we have discussed this point already, that users, overall usage of internet has improved. Because of the features what Web 2.0 provided. As I said earlier, people felt that we now have a hold on how we interact, and according to our desire, we can start using our internet. We can interact with the system as compared to Web 1.0, which only thing what we were able to do is only just see, only just view whatever is available on the net. So usage was to Web 2.0, all the whatever we have right now, podcasting, blogging, tagging, social media, web voting is there. Sometimes we get votings on YouTube, and LinkedIn. Many even we can generate votings and all. If I have any concept, if I want opinion on that, I can generate a content voting, curating with RSS, tagging. All those things came into picture which were not present earlier. So that was really a revolution, I can say, which Web 2.0 gave. But as I said earlier, the concentration was mainly done on front-end development, and new frameworks and all came into picture. And very small work, I can say, a very small work was done on backend. What is happening behind? So that was addressed in Web 3.0. I call it as a technological leap. This was started, Web 3.0 started since 2006, and it is still ongoing. And I don't know what the future holds for us. So a lot of technologies, virtual experience, AR, VR, blockchain, metaverse, all those things are possible only with the help of Web 3.0. We also call Web 3.0 as a semantic web. So here, altering the web into a database. That is, as I earlier said, earlier days in Web 2.0, major concentration was done on front-end development. But now in Web 3.0, upgradation of backend is made. A new overall architecture of backend architecture is going to change. It is not just we have a backend architecture. It's just it's not only about fetching the APIs from the backend. It is a lot more than that now. So okay. So it is all about if anybody has studied artificial intelligence, will be knowing reasoning. So I'll explain it in a better fashion when we take up the examples. So this Web 3.0 establishes on the words information. See, information is now a gold nowadays. It is really now people earn. I don't know how cookies. It is very pleasant to hear. Okay, cookies are there. Cookies are there. Every website, wherever you go, they say that in order to improve your experience, we provide cookies. Please accept. And we happily accept because cookies. Who doesn't love cookies? Everybody loves it. So we accept it. So cookies is nothing but they are asking us that I will take your data. You have to give me the permission, and happily we provide them. And these they sell our data. Sometimes have you ever wondered many a times what will happen is we get calls from different agencies. How did they get my number? This is because I have given the permission to sell my data to somebody else. So websites will, data is really a big thing. So we have to see that, whenever before accepting any cookies, just please read the detailed information will also be provided. Link will be there. Just read once. If you read, it blows off your mind. There will be hundreds of companies to which that particular website will be attached, and your data will be shared with all those companies. So information, sorting of information is very important nowadays, and I'll explain it in my future slides. And the next thing is, semantic web necessitates the use of declarative ontological languages like OWL. OWL is a web ontological language to produce domain-specific ontologies that machine can use to reason about information and make new conclusions, not simply match keywords. So I'll explain this. I have an example to explain this. So nowadays, what is happening? The whole web search is happening with just the help of keywords. So it will the Google. If you just Google it, or any other search engine, whenever we add something, so the search engine takes the each and every word. Okay, what it is. So all the specific keywords it will take and try to search based on those particular keywords. Okay, these things is bit changed in Web 3.0. Okay, so there are 5 main features that can help us define Web 3.0. First is semantic web. The succeeding evaluation of the web involves the semantic web. Okay, so the semantic web improves web technologies in demand to create, share, and connect. So the way we create the things on internet, we share the things and connect with other people and all. These are all connected together is semantic web. And rather than keywords or just numbers, it is reasoning is more evolved in semantic web rather than just using keywords. And the next is artificial intelligence. If you say reasoning is there has to be artificial intelligence. So the combination of semantic web, artificial intelligence, and 3D graphics. So as we know, in Web 3.0, there is a major role of 3D graphics. So what we are, with the help of Web 3.0, what we're planning is, as far as possible, we should give practical live experience. You might have seen AR and VR gadgets and all. So they are not just used to view 3D movies and all. So you can design many things with the help of AR and VR, especially in civil engineering design and all. Those things are used. Computer games, already I think these things have been came into the market also. But e-commerce, they have not that much came into Web 3.0. We are still in old era. All the whether it will be Flipkart or Snapdeal or Alibaba or whatever are there, they are still. We have not came into that era where e-commerce, live experience, a person can experience much better. What we are doing is there will be a screen. We will be just viewing it. And if we like it, we will book that. So overall enhancement of e-commerce is not yet, but there is a larger scope. Okay, and these are all possible with the help of 3D graphics. So one was semantic web, artificial intelligence, 3D graphics, and connectivity. So see, I hope everybody knows about semantic metadata. So information is more connected. Okay. So again, these things will be understandable better when we take up the example. So information, the connectivity of the information helps the overall user experience to increase the overall user experience. See, it's at the end of the day, it is all about user experience. So if I like a particular thing, then only I will be using it. Otherwise, see, there are many. For example, there are many food delivery apps. So Swiggy is there, Zomato is there, and Food Panda is there, and many are there. But overall, how what we are using, either we will be a few people. I have done bit survey about it. Few people will say that we like Swiggy. Few people will say we like Zomato. Other than that, all other food delivery platforms, they are not that people are not that much aware of them. Once upon a time, Food Panda was there, but nowadays nobody remember what Food Panda is. I can speculate that many of you are not available aware of what a Food Panda app was once upon a time. So it's all about user experience. If I am a user, if I am happy to use, if I use an app or a website, if I have gone to a website, if I like the experience, if I like the flow, then only I'll be using it or visiting the same site once again. Otherwise, I'll just ignore it. Okay, there are so many apps in our mobile. We have just downloaded it, but not in a once, not in a while. We will be opening it. Why? Because of the user experience. It's all about user experience. So the connectivity of the data improves that thing, and the search engine, how the fetching of data, that is very important. The fetching of data, the time what is used in fetching a data, and how accurate the thing is. See, I have asked for something. If I have not put added appropriate keywords in search engine, then I'll not get what I want. It's a fact. I'll not get what I want. So that is important. That is very much important. Web 3.0, what it does is the logical reasoning is provided for each and everything. Data is been divided into small pieces of data, and all the data has been interconnected, and then thus makes the searching faster, and the experience, overall experience, accurate searching is been done in Web 3.0. Ubiquity content is accessible by multiple applications. Every device is connected to the web. The service can be used everywhere. Okay. So these are a few important features of Web 3.0. So if you have an overview, Web 1.0 was all about search for online viability. So I am a product. I have a product. What I do is I put that product on the website, so that people can view it. A large number of people can view it. I'll not be restricted to my area. Rather than I'll be available globally. So this was all concept about Web 1.0. Web 2.0 was all about networking. Okay, so that's the reason major social media platforms came into picture. Orkut started, then Facebook came, and many, LinkedIn started. All those social media platforms came into picture. And then now Web 3.2, it's all about the meaning of data. Okay, a data is available. A lot of data is available. Thousands. If you just add one keyword, thousands of recommendations you get. So it is quite a fact that all those 10,000 recommendations what I'm getting are meaningless for me. They are not useful for me. So all idea is to get what is required. What as much is required, that is enough for me. And so targeting that thing. So because of that, meaning, adding meaning to the data is very much important. And how to add the data, we will learn. So let us just say I'm just a stamp collector. It's just an example to understand how Web 3.0 is how Web 3.0 works. So see here. So over the years, I have collected many stamps, and digitally, if I say, each and every stamp has got one particular document. So for every stamp, I have a document. So there will be a lot of documents of huge number of data. Lot of documents are there. Now, all I need is this particular red postcard. So what I'll be doing? I'll of course Google it. So whatever is there, you have to Google it. So what happens is, lot of data is there. This is a web. We have today a huge collection of data. Lot of data is, and that is only for postcard. And likewise, each and every thing, whatever is available, whatever data are available, So a lot of huge number of documents are available digitally. So the words of all documents are indexed and we can search by keywords. So this is a major thing in Web 2.0. We will be searching with the help of keywords. Now, suppose I search for all red stamps. What I'll be getting? I'll get red stamps, stamp from Cambodia, which is also red, stamps from Red Sea, stamps from 140th anniversary of Red Cross, stamps from Red Dragon. All the stamps which are irrelevant. I want that one particular postcard stamp. It's not very. I'm getting, and other than that, I'm getting everything. And I have to again do my research, and I have to select again. I have to dive into all those categories. What I have, what recommendations I have got. I have to check everyone, and then I have to come to a conclusion that okay, this particular was the card which I wanted. So, but what Web 3.0 does is, but how can a computer understand? See, I know what I want, but I know the poor fellow, the computer. How does it know what we have or what we want, or what we have in our mind? So that is a big question. So the answer is when we structurally describe the stamp is a stamp and is a red color. So defining the data is very much important. Rather than just putting a keyword, okay, for every stamp, this is a stamp, this is this, this is this, this is this. So we have to describe it. It's if we are able to describe it, describing data in a structured way can best be done in a database. So different types of database can be connected. See here. So a lot of database with stamps, database with countries, database with colors, database with stamp traders. All these databases are different, separately made. This is what we talk about backend architecture. So backend architecture is all about database, how and connecting the database all together with them. And this is beautifully done with the help of blockchain. We will be discussing that as well. So all the databases have been created and they are interconnected now. So what Web 3.0 does is, Web 3.0 creates a big collection of database which can be connected on demand. Okay, agreements are made on the structure of data and the way data is described. So everything is defined. Where the data located is irrelevant. Where the data located is irrelevant. Wherever it may be. It is not necessary that it has to be in my cloud server or wherever it is. Irrelevant of the location of the data. Linking the data is the power of Web 3.0. And this is an example how we define a postcard. So this is a postcard. Basically, it's a stamp. So in 1980, it was you could buy this for 1 cent. Now it's worth of €3 almost. This is a stamp from United Kingdom. So all the data for a particular. So each and every definition about this particular stamp. It can be said that a separate database has been created, and if a person search for stamps from United Kingdom, this will also be one of them. If a person searches for a stamp which was designed in 1980s, this will be one of them. If a person if is more specific and says that John Brian Dunmore has designed, or whatever the stamps he has designed, we want that, and this will be, they all are interlinked. So since they are interlinked, as the search, a person is more specific with the searches, the search gets narrowed down, and person can easily get the required whatever he desires. Why do we want to add meaning to the data? So see, it's not just about, as I oftenly say, it's not about all about just keywords. It's about adding meaning to the data. So when a computer understands what data means, it can do intelligent search, reasoning, and combining. That there is where artificial intelligence come into picture, isn't it? This makes our life easy. So there are different layers of. We will discuss different about the different layers of Web 3.0. Edge computing, blockchain, decentralized data network, and machine learning. AI and machine learning. These are 4 different layers which help 3.0 to exist. edge computing, data centers, the decentralization is very much important in Web 3.4. Okay, while currently commoditizing personal computer technology was modified in data centers in Web 2.0, the shift to Web 3.3 is moving the data center to our edge. Okay, and sometimes straight into our hands. That is very much important. Decentralized data networks. This is very early. Nowadays what we have, what is happening is one centralized data network will be there, and a person has to connect with that particular centralized data. So what if once we get connected, as I saw, as I discussed earlier, cookies come into picture, and our data, sharing our data, whatever you are doing, and what search you are doing, what I'm doing, what I need. Have you ever observed my Instagram is quite different than my friends, because my requirements are different, his requirements are different. So as soon as sometimes, if you have seen, if you buy a phone, in your Instagram feeds, ads will come to purchase that cover. Okay, maybe tempered glass for that particular mobile. So sometimes it wonders, how did they get to know? It is all because my data has been sold. So because of a centralized, one of the reasons of that is a centralized data network. So if the power of Web 3.0 is decentralizing those things, which decreases the risking of privacy, and relying on intermediators and all. Okay, as a result, decentralized data networks will have a long list of data providers in growing data network. So there will be easier accessibility will also get increased. And then is machine learning. Obviously, artificial intelligence and machine learning is very much important, because you have to eradicate the traditional search engine system. Okay, then blockchain. Blockchain is, I can say, that backbone of Web 3.0. If blockchain was not there, Web 3.0 wouldn't have been a reality. So it is about blockchain is all about making different types of one or more layers will be there, connectivity layers, and we will study the blockchain architecture. So these are the four layers of 3.0. So all together, all these four things combined together will give rise to Web 3.0. How it works? Idea is all about to make these searches faster and efficient. So in Web 2.0, users has to interact with front end, which communicates it to its backend, which further communicates to its database. Okay, the entire code is hosted in centralized servers. Okay, you know this, which are sent to users through an internet browser. So this was all. You open a website in a browser, and when you open a website, all you can see is the front end. So front end, what it does is, whenever you communicate with the front end, it connects with the backend, and backends further connect with the database, and database further gets connected in the with the centralized servers. So this is how the whole process happens in Web 2.0. Whereas in Web 3.0 has neither centralized database that stores the application state, nor a centralized web server where the backend logic resides. Okay, no centralization. There is a blockchain to build apps on a decentralized state machine and maintained by anonymous nodes on the web. So as simple it is to say, it is quite complicated to understand furthermore. So, but the thing is, there is the logic, they all don't reside in just backend. All the codes and everything is being maintained on a blockchain server. Okay, and which is not a single server, a multiple person can host it, and privacy, taking a concern. I am the owner of my data. That is the major power of blockchain. I have the whole power of my data in my hands. That is the beauty of blockchain. That is why it is, people are accepting blockchain, because my data, if I want to sell my data, yes, I can sell my data, and those things has to be in my hand. Not any person, not any person can just whoever website I visit, he cannot, he doesn't have the authority to use my data. That is a major advantage or power of Web 3.0, I can say. So all so what happens is all we create smart contracts. So all the logic is been stored in small contracts. We call it as contracts, or you can just say the bundle of codes. So written by developers, of course, which are deployed on a decentralized state machine. Okay. So we have seen an example. Anyone willing to build a blockchain application deploys their code on the shared state machine. Okay. The front end remains almost the same, whereas the back end is totally different. As I said earlier, front end to back end to database to decentralized network. Now that thing is not there. Front end will be there. Front end, the back end, what we have is we have smart contracts in back ends. So what happens? And those contracts are stored in decentralized state machines. So small state machines, decentralized state machines were provided clouds, and the data is being stored over there, and the control over that particular things is in the hands of the users. The option contracts between the parties are written as a code in blockchain. The individuals involved are anonymous, but the contract is public ledger. Okay. So a triggering is the triggering event, like an expiring date and striking price is hit, and contract executes itself according to the coded terms. Regulators can use the blockchain to understand the activity in the market while maintaining the privacy of individual actors' position. This is the thing. This is the power. So you are doing everything whatever we are doing earlier, but the thing is our data is not revealed. My individual identity is not revealed. Whatever I'm doing, I have the complete hold on that. I have the complete, and if I want to reveal the data, I have the control over that. If I do not want to reveal my data, I have the control over that. This is where the developers come into picture. Okay, there is a huge demand of skilled developers. Lot of job opportunities are there. As you can see, in each and everything, database is all. The complete job is all about backend developers, especially backend developers. Front end developers, okay, front end has not much changed from Web 2.2 to 3.0. Almost all the frameworks are same. We definitely we regularly go with that same HTML to CSS, then JavaScript, and then either React, Flutter, or Angular or Vue.js. So these things are pretty much same. And even if anything new comes into picture, it will. I don't feel that, and it will be that much of a revolution, which will totally changes from whatever it was existing was there. But what has happened with the backend is now totally different structures. While we were writing APIs, and we were writing logics to fetch the APIs and connecting with cloud servers and all. Now what we are doing is we have to code. We have to write smart contracts, and small packets of contracts will be made. And this is a complete new set of architecture, which was not present earlier. So since this is new, anything which is new, definitely, and which is booming as if like anything, definitely a lot of job opportunities are available in this particular area. So if anybody wants to become a good backend developer, I request him to just give a thought about Web 3.0, blockchain technology and all, how to write these smart contracts and all. You concentrate on this, and you are almost above the 70% of the population which is available in the market. So this is the architecture. As you can see, the front end is almost the same. JavaScript, HTML, and CSS and all are there. But what is happening in the back end is blockchain comes into picture. There is an Ethereum virtual machine is there. Users can write to the Ethereum blockchain but they can never update existing data. So this is one thing to understand over here. The globally accessible state machine maintained by peer-to-peer networks of node. Okay, so browser is there. With the help of internet, you are interacting with web servers, and they will interact with Ethereum blockchain. Okay, and Ethereum blockchain contains the smart contracts and different small blocks, which are all interconnected. And this is the whole architecture of 3.0. So here, as you can see, earlier what was there? Front end to APIs, and all those things was there. And one thing to understand, it is not owned by any single entity, but rather collectively by everyone in the network. Everyone owns the, everyone can access the Ethereum virtual machine. Okay, Ethereum blockchain machine. This whole backend architecture, anybody who uses Web 3.0 can be, is permitted to access it. So data is unanimous, but the control of the data is in your hand. If you want to understand how to do that, you have to dive deep, dive deep into this particular blockchain. And then, as I told, smart contracts. Those are the beauty of what you say, backend tech, 3.0 backend technology. So the developers, what they write smart contracts. So whatever logics are there, whatever the code is there, I will make it into small packets, and I'll code it in high level languages like Solidity and Viper and all. Okay, to define the logic behind the states and all. If any developer is there, he can understand these things in a much better fashion. And then virtual machine is there. This is the where everything is connected. The smart contracts and the blocks and all are connected to the virtual machine, and this virtual machine is interacts with the front end. And this is the machine. This particular virtual machine helps you execute the smart contracts. Okay, so what happens is when I search something, so that particular search will be connected to any of the block and smart contract. Only that particular smart contract will get executed, thus making the searching fast, rather than whole complete database is there. Complete database gets we have to the machine has to fetch or what do you say, search for each and every data whatever are available in the database, and then you have to put it on the screen. Those things are been avoided over here. And then the final thing is front end development. Of course, we have discussed this many a times. What does it connects to the smart contracts with the help of Ethereum virtual machine. So these are a few examples of Web 3.0. Already the companies which are using Web 3.0. One of the best example and the most famous one is Apple's Siri. Siri, everybody knows, and everybody uses Siri. And the next one, the Wolfram Alpha. This is also uses Web 3.0. What is Wolfram Alpha is basically a computational knowledge engine. So if you have any doubts, if you want any thing to be clarified on a particular topic, Wolfram Alpha is one of the best thing for us. Steemit is there. Steemit is a blockchain-based blogging and social media platform. Okay. Ethylance is there. Ethylance is something like it's for it uses Ethereum cryptocurrency technology and all. So it's basically help for getting jobs and all. STORG is there. It is a decentralized cloud storage system. So many things. Not only this restricted LBRY is there. It is a blockchain-based file sharing and payment network system. So these are all examples which they have already using Web 3.0 as their technology. if you, I'll say suggest that if now if you wanna do something, if you wanna be an entrepreneur also, we can, rather than just using the traditional technology with Web 2.0, we can just start with blockchain technology, understand it, and implement it, which may, which will overall improve the experience of the users also, and the technological advancements as well. So blockchain, how does blockchain works? I am not going diving deep in how the architecture of blockchain is there and how everything is happening. It's just an overview of blockchain, how blockchain and Web 3.0 work together. See, basically, as I told earlier, Web 3.0 is a myth without blockchain. So Web 3.0 has come into existence just because of blockchain is one of the fundamental factors in blockchain. If suppose we'll take an example of how it works. Suppose if a person a person A wants to send money to person B, what happens is transaction is represented online as a block. Okay, a small whatever this transaction code, whatever the thing is there, it will be represented as a block, and this block is broadcasted in every party in the network. Okay, those in the network approve the transaction is valid, then the block can be added to the chain, which provides a transparent record to the transaction. So, and thus money is transferred. So see, when I want to send money to one of my friends, what blockchain does is it will convert that particular whole transaction into a block, and that is hosted on open server. Everybody can access it, but until and unless one of my friend approves it, then only and for that approval he need what is that, protection and all, passwords and all are provided. So not everybody can access it, though it is open to everyone, but everybody cannot access it. That is the most important thing. So it is available on open network, but not everybody can access it. One person who has the access to it can only access it. Once he approves it, then the money will get transferred, otherwise not. So a safe search is there, which is not present right now. Anybody can, many times, people can hack the your accounts. Many things can happen. But here, all those, privacy and control, everything has been taken care of to a maximum extent. I cannot say that it is totally 100% safe. No threats can happen. Nothing can happen. Our Dr. Misbahuddin is there, and he is associate director of CDAC, which is central government body. So he said one thing. The one thing in cybersecurity is nothing is safe. Nothing is secure. One thing you say in cybersecurity is nothing is secure. So we have to understand that. But the thing is, which is more safer? Whether we go with the blockchain or we go with the traditional system. If we just compare that, we can say that this particular blockchain technology is far more safer than what is available, what we are using right now. Okay. So the next thing is digital marketing. See, digital marketing is also happening based on keywords. If anybody who is interested in digital marketing, whether it is search engine optimization or any other thing, so we can just say that it's all about focus on keywords. So here in Web 3.0, if anybody wants to use that as a technology for digital marketing, less focus on keywords is mentioned, and reduction of near me queries and all. Increase of voice searches. So voice searches will be very much helpful in understanding whatever I say. If a computer understands it and processes it, it's much far better than just adding keywords. Maybe I'll not be able to I have seen many people that they are very good at things, but they cannot Google things. Okay, so they cannot search properly. They don't know how to add proper keywords and all. So at that type of, and these things, this Web 3.0 will be far more advantageous. Growth of question keywords optimization, featured snippet optimization, and people also ask sections, and all these things will be used. And with the help of these things, we can improve the experience of digital marketing as well. So one minute. And then the first famous metaverse is there. Metaverse is built on Web 3.0. And again, I want to say a lot of job opportunities are there in this particular section also. Metaverse. I hope our YouTube channel, MFIRD's YouTube channel is there. There are 2 to 3 lectures are there on metaverse also. I recommend you people find some time, go to YouTube and see those channels, and you'll get a clear-cut idea about what metaverse is and how we can, what are the different types of job opportunities available in those particular section. See, in metaverse, metaverse can used not only for promoting your businesses. Many things can be done. It's basically a combination of augmented, virtual, and mixed reality and all, to make the experience much better. So a lot of things can happen with the help of metaverse. Only the thing is we have to understand it. Even the YouTube, not YouTube, Facebook, they have changed their name to Meta, and everybody knows that is how everybody heard of the first time what a metaverse is. So really a big scope is coming in this particular field. Okay, it is all about enhancing the experience of the users with the help of CGIs, CGE we can say. CGE represents a computer generated environment. So a person has to feel more lively and the experience, overall experience of whether it is e-commerce or it is digital marketing or it is a social media or whatever platforms we say, or if it is, even if it is about promoting our businesses, metaverse will be the platform which can be utilized for all those things. So a lot of revolution is also going to come in this particular section, as well as a lot of job opportunities will be also be there. I request everyone, go to our YouTube channel of MFIRD. That is, I think it is Multiverse. The name is Multiverse of that particular YouTube channel. So go to that, see all those videos which will help you to understand metaverse, as well as you will get to know what are the different types of job opportunities in that particular section. So that's it. The final thoughts about Web 3.0 from my side is we are heading towards an internet where people will have complete control over their data and privacy, and permit companies to use their data or not. Okay, as I have discussed earlier also, this is basically happens because of blockchain. So it accelerates, Web 3.0 accelerates the honest and transparent use of user data. Okay, from personalized search result to cross platform development tools. To use 3D graphics, all those, the web will become more immersive and interactive. That is what the whole concept is. The overall experience and overall usage of whether it is websites or mobile applications, web applications, overall experience of that particular thing is going to change. And I say that a new internet will be here soon. So that were my final comments. So that's it from my side. If you have any queries, you are free to ask. Is it possible to undo data provided to cookies? See, data provide. So that is what, either you have to accept the cookies. Right now what we are doing is either you have to accept the cookies or you have to reject the cookies. Sometimes it so happens that few websites are there. What they do is, if you reject the cookies, they will, the website is closed. That's it. Many of the people are doing this, and few websites are there. If you reject the cookies also, you are able to access the data of the website. So it all depends on website. That is what currently happening is. Okay. I hope I have answered Imran Pasha's question. Where we can found and get the recorded videos of MFIRD? It will be on YouTube channel. If you have registered, I think they will be sending you the link of the the particular recording once it is get uploaded on YouTube. Or I think it is Multiverse. YouTube channel name is Multiverse, and remember it properly. Just check it out. Check it out, Multiverse. Any other questions? You can unmute your. You can unmute and ask questions. Any questions? Please clarify.
Yeah, Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Yes, Ansari sir.
Yeah, I just wanted to know. I mean, do you have? This is a very common question what I ask in normal this webinars. Do you have any kind of a program you want to conduct some kind of a trainings? So because you have experience on this.
Yeah.
Have any plans of that?
Okay. We normally we are not training on Web 3.0 yet, but we are about to launch this in a couple of months, maybe, or maybe next year we will be launching on blockchain. But currently we are on front-end development, back-end development, full stack development, Java, full stack Java, full stack React. We are training people on these things. So right now we are on only these things, but maybe next year we will be launching on blockchain also.
Okay, do you have an institute or something like that, or how is it you guys are doing?
Not institute, we have a registered company. So where we take up, we have got two variants in our company. One, we take projects from outside, service-based company. Second thing is we train candidates. So what advantage your candidates get is, after doing the course, if the candidate is really good, we will be putting them on the live projects which are going on. So that is one thing we do at Access.
Okay, I mean, can you share your email ID if it's possible on the chat or something like that?
Yeah. A minute. Done, sir.
Just to add more on that, MFIRD is conducting few courses. One data science courses is still underway. If you want to connect, you can connect with Syed bhai and he will provide all those details.
Nice. Junaid bhai, can you just add any details about it? Anybody's number?
Can you share the numbers? Yeah. Can you share the number?
Yeah,
contact number.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. I can share contact number of Syed bhai.
You add it in it's a group chat now.
Okay.
Shazil Ahmed has raised his hand. Do you have any doubts, sir?
Assalamu alaikum. Ameen bhai, wonderful talk. Alhamdulillah, I mean, a lot of knowledge was imparted. I have a very specific question. I'm not sure if you have pondered over that. See, Web 1.0 to 2.0, the transition was, your verified content, then user-generated content. Now we are talking about machine-generated content.
Correct.
So over here, I mean, see, I see a risk. I mean, their entire elections are manipulated and polarized, where user-generated content is there. Can the AI not be trained in order to polarize the mindsets of people that way? And how do you see that certain protocols can come in and avoid that kind of a risk?
It's it's a really tricky question, because see, the power, the thing, what happens is, I have heard something, in China or some other country, I don't remember the exact country. They understand the behavior of people by facial expressions. So whenever something is been, some rule has been added on people and by how they react. By understanding those behavior, the government used to analyze whether these people are loyal to us or not. So major power is on the other side. And as you say, the technology, when we speak about technology, right? So we cannot just say that the major power, the rule making and all will lie on the other side, other hand. Though if the other hand is loyal, they can do it, with the help of artificial. It's all about, but at the end of the day, there is a risk of getting it, hacked also. So just alone the technology, as I said, Dr. Misbahuddin once said that in cybersecurity, nothing is secure. So whatever you make, whatever you logic, of course can be made, of course can be done, but there will always be a threat of counter attack also. So I think though it will possible, whatever you said was possible or not, but there is always a threat for that to get hacked, or that to get used in some other way. That is, I think that, and that is what happened with EVM also. What the intention it was. I'm not claiming that it did happen, but it might happen.
Fair enough. And also, last, I just want to close with this question. Don't you think computational power will be more required over here? And we are talking about, saving the natural resources, and this will impact a lot on that.
Definitely.
Fair enough. Okay. Thank you very much. I think we need to ponder over these things.
Yeah,
and the security aspect more importantly.
Yes. Any other doubts? If you have any questions? Dr. Sarsa?
Yeah, I do have a question here.
Yes, sir.
So what do you think this Web 2.0 will get obsolete after a few years? How is it? We totally move to Web 3.0.
Actually, the transition has already been started.
Yeah. What I have heard is 2022 will be the starting point of the transition. It's already been started now. No, my question is it going to take some 5 to 10 years to do the complete transition? How is it?
I cannot predict, but the way the things are going, I think it is pretty much soon we can, not more than, I don't think we will take even 10 years to completely, shift. Slowly, things are getting added. People are getting, doing the transition. And right now, most of the new companies, new startups which are coming, I see, one of my friend is there. He has started a company and it is totally on blockchain technology. So people now, whatever the new startups are coming, they are implementing it already. So I don't think that it will be more than that we will go till 10 years. I think the transition will be a bit faster. I feel that maybe I'm wrong or whatever it is.
So I think it's high time to upgrade ourselves on this.
Yeah, that is what's important is. Moin has asked a question: if you want to create a career in Web 3.0 blockchain, then what is the correct way to approach it? So I feel that it's all about first you become a proper developer in the industry, rather than just starting your career itself. Going and starting itself. Taking a course which is of lakhs together worth, and spending your time over there and searching for jobs, because in right now jobs are available, but not that much available for freshers. So what I recommend, normally I recommend everybody, so don't take hi-fi courses in the initial stages. You do full stack development, or just front-end development and back-end development. Understand it, get a hold on it, and then you just I recommend Moin. So then you go for blockchain technology. Then you shift your career. That will be far easier and lucrative also. That is my opinion. Any other questions we can take up? Dr. Syed, available? If anybody has any question, you can unmute yourself and ask, and others will be winding up.
Okay. Look like there are no questions. I mean, we can wind up.
जी. Okay then. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Thank you for participating, everyone. It was really wonderful. Dr. Syed Saab is now available, I think.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Jazakallahu khair wa hasanan jazak. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Pardon me?
Thank you.
Ameen bhai,
Ji?
can I get your number? I want to know more about your that company.